Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have ThreeZero's G.I. Joe Storm Shadow 1/6 scale collectible figure, and it comes in this big box showing off Storm Shadow drawing his bow with a little silhouette of Storm Shadow behind him. The left side of the box says G.I. Joe with the side profile of Storm Shadow. Here we have the right side of the box showing again the silhouette of Storm Shadow. Got the G.I. Joe logo, Cobra logo, says Storm Shadow 1/6 scale collectible figure. And then we got the hologram of ThreeZero down below. On the back of the package, we got images of Storm Shadow all posed up. And then, of course, down below is a bunch of legalese. Now, the packaging does have some Velcro, but what's crazy is like this little piece on the front is very, very thin. So when you're pulling the Velcro, it feels like the Velcro is so good, it's going to bend the heck out of this cardboard. And it's very flimsy. I would have thought they would have done something better there, but you got the Cobra logo, and then you got the window showing off the figure. Inside the package, we get a ThreeZero warranty sheet for the figure. We also get an instruction manual showing you how to really attach everything to the figure, all the accessories. Storm Shadow comes with a pair of fist hands. Storm Shadow comes with a pair of gripping hands. Storm Shadow also comes with a specific pair of hands for his bow and arrows. And you can get him into some nice poses, but, you know, right off the get-go, this rubber stuff that's over the arms definitely hinders. It looks a little weird as well, but it hinders getting that proper bow draw. A Storm Shadow out of the box comes with these martial arts expressive sort of like opened hands. Now, just like the Snake Eyes figure, we got 4 of these replacement wrist pegs. And what's great about the Storm Shadow figure is it's a huge improvement over Snake Eyes because I was able to take the hands off without any issues. And this part actually stayed in the hands. So that's awesome. Storm Shadow comes with a pair of scabbards and the quiver for the arrows, and they're all pre-attached to this harness, which is done pretty well. And these feel very, very solid, almost feel like metal, but they're not. Just really well done. Now we do get a pair of Nunchucks, and the hand wraps are sculpted very nicely, and the actual sword is painted quite well. We get some sculpted in, I almost would have preferred a Arashikage symbol right there. It almost looks like they were wanting to, but didn't. And then we got the blade. All of it done nice, shiny, silver, and it looks awesome. Now, one thing that I want to show you too is you got these sheaths, right? When you go to put it in one way, that's not going to work. So this one goes this way, but it fits in like a glove. Storm Shadow comes with that iconic compound bow. It has some optics, the notch for the arrows. I mean, it's got some detail on there. It's very simplistic, but it gets the point across that it's a compound bow. And this is even elastic string as well, and it can actually take some draws. You can see how it bends down. And you know, by just touching it, what is actually going to be too much. So you know, if you put too much tension, this thing's going to probably break. To go with that compound bow and quiver, we get 6 arrows, and the tips are done really well with a little bit of dry brushing at the edge to give it that metallic look. You got the little feathers on the back. I mean, it's just a well-done arrow. Now, you think giving us 6 arrows, it would all fit in the quiver, and they don't. 4 is very snug, as you can sort of see. But if you put 3 in, see, it wants to snag. 3 fits nice. They move very freely. You know, it looks good, but it sort of has a gap like a 4th could fit in there. And once you put that one in there, it doesn't really want to go down, and it's definitely a lot more snug. So you got to really finagle it because of how the arrowheads are and everything. It's a unique choice. I guess you can put up to 4. Anything beyond that, it's probably going to be a little bit weird. Let's just try it. Let's try it on camera. Let's try cramming another one in there. Let's do another one. So there's all 6 in there, but you can see it just looks weird and crammed and not level. Here we get a pair of nunchucks, and they look great. I love when companies use metal chains. Just adds a lot more to them, and it's just sculpted and painted pretty well. Up close look at the ThreeZero Storm Shadow, and this head sculpt is gorgeous. I love the glossiness on the eyes, the paintwork on the skin. It is phenomenal. They dirtied up his mask a little bit to, make those crevices and creases pop. We got this wired hood, which I don't even care for. It just sort of looks like a very thin hood, but man, you just want to bend it down with the wire and everything, just showing off how badass that head sculpt. This is gorgeous. They got like this thin material covering the neck. We got this awesome sculpted Cobra logo with the painted on Cobra logo. I don't know, however you want to call that, but either way, it's a sweet, clean Cobra logo on his chest. His armor looks great. This is the stuff that Snake Eyes should have been wearing, to be honest. I hated that whole I don't know, iron on type of armor. This looks great. This is squishy. It is basically a rubber suit over a exoskeleton. But again, I love the dirtiness of it. It looks good. It's a proper way to make a dirtiness to a white wearing ninja versus making them look like milk. But tons of just shading and airbrushing throughout. The texture is fantastic. I mean, this is gorgeous. The belt, we got the pouches, the actual buttons are painted. We got these arms, which these arms look amazing, right? They got the vein work. I mean, these things are awesome. It gives them some girth. It looks super clean and seamless. But when we get into articulation, I'm going to show you some stuff. But we got these. The little arms that are the bracers that have the string going through it, heavily painted, and the texture on the actual or the sculpted hand armor on the gloves. Whole thing is just phenomenal. Got the belt, spot for the chucks, more pouches. We get into a soft good pants. They're a little bit dirtied up. That's just how they do it. Which I was shocked. I was like, wow, you actually took your soft goods and added a little bit of dirtiness to it, which is cool. Because, again, he's going to be in combat and stuff. He's not going to be wearing pristine clothes. But they sit right. What's weird are... you got these wraps. They look really cool. All right? They're like a hard plastic or really, really hard rubber. And the ankles are super, super posable and everything. But it can cause the weight to want to go. So you have to push these down, and it sort of locks the ankles in place, preventing them from moving. So it's like an ankle locking mechanism, which is sort of cool, but it's a very weird way of doing it. And he's got the armored or the soles, I guess armored-ish sort of soles, so he can climb up stuff. I don't know. It's like ninja boots. And the figure looks awesome, right? I'm not taking that away. But in hand, this dude does feel cheap. I'm going to put it out there. Maybe it's because they're using so much rubber with the inner skeleton, but the thighs are plastic and they feel very hollow. Now let's go ahead and dive into some articulation with this figure. His head can look down that far, can look up, I guess, that far. And, the full 360 has a little bit of attitude going on there. His arms can do the full T-pose, and you just got to sort of squeeze the side of there because it wants to grab the rubber from the other thing. His arms can go up. I can't even tell if there's a bicep swivel in there. It feels like it moves slightly, and then it's like a ratcheted elbow, and that thing just looks like Gumby. And sometimes it doesn't even hold the pose. See if I can show you an example. So should stop there, but you can see the rubber pushes the hand out. So the ratchets and the elbows aren't even that great. You do get wrist rotation. There is bend in the hands as well. So that articulation is there. But again, just these guys definitely are not meant to be played with like action figures. And it makes me worry about doing any poses and keeping them in those poses for long times, because that rubber can eventually tear. I've seen figures that do that. As for ab crunch, feels like it could be in there, but it's not doing anything. Yeah, there's no ab crunch. There isn't even any waist movement. Feels like this whole rubber piece goes down. It even is part of his butt, so it's probably like a onesie. The cod area is where his dong would be is a harder plastic, so it's weird again. And then he can kick up that far. The knees and stuff, they pose really well. Ankle bend, pivot, super loose stuff right here. That's why they have this locking mechanism in there. Just overall posability, I mean, it's okay. It's not 1,000 toys or anything like that. Let me see a sidekick. Okay, so he can actually do a almost full Van Damme, do some really high kicks. ThreeZero Storm Shadow is going to be a great display piece for you if you got a DTOF, if you have some of the Sideshow collectible G.I. Joes. The appearance of this figure can definitely fit with some of the Sideshow stuff, but in hand, it has a lot of issues. It does feel cheap. The cost of this figure, I was not expecting it to feel as hollow. The limitations in articulation. Granted, these aren't going to be highly crazy posable like action figures, but you should still be able to have some ab crunch, some waist swivel, something going on in there, because it limits what you can really pose this figure. And what really, really limits this figure, those rubber arms. They look beautiful. They're seamless. They're great looking. But if you were to bend up the elbows and have him posed up with his swords up and his elbows bunched, over time, I guarantee you that rubber's going to tear, and then you're going to be stuck with the figure that has tears on its arms. It's unfortunate that they did it that way. I don't mind having a little bit of articulation visible. I mean, it works with the Sideshow collectible Storm Shadow. I guess they were just, I don't know, cost cutting. I'm not sure. But appearance wise, it's a beautiful piece. Anything beyond that, it's lackluster. You know, it's definitely better than the Snake Eyes, hands down. If you had to choose between the Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes, definitely do the Storm Shadow. But if you can, you could always invest that money that you would invest into either the Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow that ThreeZero dropped, and go pick up a Sideshow Collectibles off of, eBay or, other collecting groups or something of that nature. Because I have the hooded Sideshow Collectibles Storm Shadow from Sideshow, and that thing is amazing, and it has a metal sword. So cost-wise, because they aren't in production anymore, yeah, you'll probably pay a lot more. So it just really depends. If you just want something inexpensive that looks great on a shelf and you want a Storm Shadow, this will definitely do it. And that sums up my unboxing and review of ThreeZero's G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the silver bell notification if you guys want to know when I post up a new video. And most importantly, I want you guys to check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. That's where I get my imports, like my ThreeZeros, my SH Figuarts, my Figma, Storm Collectibles. Go check out Toyco. Andrew has some of the best pricing out there for his pre-orders, and the website is going to be down below, and it is under construction. He updated his website, so it is under construction. And make sure you guys check out the Facebook pre-order group for Toyco, so you know when these figures are dropping, so you're not spending secondary market pricing on these figures. But I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.